You have to spend money to make money? We look behind that curtain. Welcome to the lab. Today's question: how true is this, and who wins thinking this way? Your whole feed is full of this. It starts out with some slick, friendly, helpful character telling you in a booming voice,
For just $499, I'll hand you the one system that finally fixes your money, your focus, your whole life. Bright, easy, done. You just have to want it badly enough.
So you hit that Buy Now button. Not long afterward, you realize you've got another set of fixes you need. And for only $899, they'll finally set you up for the dreams they told you would be solved the first time. Let me show you what I mean. It goes like this. First, the hook. Something with a price tag small enough you don't think twice, or nearly free, to get you in the door. Then the dream. They paint the life you want in high definition. Next, a countdown clock. A reason you have to move now or miss it forever. The content shows up and it's generic. Nothing you couldn't have found on your own. Followed by the upsell. The real results are in the next tier for a bigger price tag. And when it still doesn't work, the last move, the cruelest one, they hand you the blame. You didn't implement right, not their promise that failed, you did. I know that upsell machine cold, because I paid more than once to stand inside it. Let me tell you about it. I've been turning something over in my head. Every single day, products travel halfway around the world. Made in a factory overseas, packed in a container, across the ocean, off a ship, onto a truck, into a warehouse, onto a doorstep. All so one person can get one small thing they wanted. And I thought, the whole machine already exists. The trucks, the warehouses, the payment systems, already built. The play wasn't to build the machine, reinvent the wheel. It was to learn how to plug into it. Stand between the people already buying and the products. That was a real insight. That was the dream. And the dream is exactly the door they walk you through. Because a few years back, I did exactly what I just warned you about. I paid to join a group all about selling online, a price small enough that I didn't think twice. And that's the very thing they built systems to watch for. Someone who will spend money before thinking. So soon after came the pitch. A free trip to China, a real buyer's conference. Translators, introductions, mentors already doing the exact thing I wanted to do. All I had to do was write a letter about why I deserved to win. So I wrote the letter, and I won. Here's what should have been my first clue. Day 1, in the breaks, I got talking to other attendees. Turns out they'd all won too. Every letter written, every trip won. The same story as mine, word for word. The prize was never a prize. It was the hook, step 1 into the machine. And I'd walk straight into it holding my own good idea like a trophy. By then my wife and I were about $8,000 in. $2,000 for the free course, translator fees and meals we covered at the meetings, and the rest in flights and day-to-day expenses. And we told ourselves exactly what you'd tell yourself. It's an investment in our future. We sat through days of indoctrination, orientation. Slowly, it dawned on us. We had the story backwards. We weren't the entrepreneurs. We were the research department. Hundreds of us, all sourcing products, all testing what sells, all paying out of our own pockets to ship things in and store them, doing the expensive, risky part of finding a winner. Then the maddening thing, if you did find one, a product that sold, the machine had a move for that too. It would go around you, straight to your supplier, and cut its own deal with the manufacturer. The moment you proved something worked, the rewards never flowed to you. You found the gold and handed them the map. And every fee pointed the same direction. Storage fees, handling fees, return fees. The word free was painted on the front door, and the real cost was waiting in every room your products passed through. The next step to make it work, we needed more money in, more than we'd already sunk. The whole system was built to steer us toward burning the boats, pouring in every dime we had, even borrowing against our house. And that's where we stopped. Not because we'd finally seen the carrot dangling over the whole game, because we were concerned and alarmed at how deep we'd gotten pulled in. Looking back, that concern was one of the smartest things we did. It was the one part the pitch couldn't talk over. That $8,000, it wasn't wasted. It just didn't buy what they were selling. We didn't walk out with a business. We walked out with the one thing nobody could have sold us on purpose. We'd seen the whole machine, from the inside, with our own money on the table. How the hook gets baited. how the scarcity gets manufactured, how the more you sink in, the more motivated you are to keep going. Not because it's working, but because stopping means facing what it already cost. Walking away is the only thing that makes the loss real, so you keep going, chasing the one winner that will finally make it all worth it, not yet knowing that even if you found it, they'd already built the move to take it from you too. We made friends in that room we still have today. And we walked out able to see the next version of that pitch coming from a mile off. That is the asset. Not the passive income promise. The eyes to spot the unspoken handcuffs behind the promise, before you buy a fix instead of doing the work yourself. So this week's prescription isn't a book. It's a series of questions. For the next time you see something on your feed that promises to fix your whole life's problems for any price. Are you trying to pay for something to avoid doing the work and growing your skills? Who profits the most if you say yes? Is the little voice in my head flagging anything I am talking myself past? So, do you have to spend money to make money? Only if you let someone else decide when you've spent enough. The ones who actually win thinking that way were never you. They're whoever's still collecting your next payment. That's not cynicism. Following the money one step past the pitch buys you the time to weigh the offer's ups and downs. Do it a few times and you start seeing the machine behind the curtain on your own. And that's the one asset nobody can sell you or ever take away from you. Which part of this week's visit to the lab made you think differently? Comment below. See you in the lab.